Welcome back. What you're looking at is the horse barn I've been working on for about 5 years now. And in this latest update, I'm going to show you how we applied the siding. We used LP SmartSide. It was delivered by my friends over at G&H. It was provided by LP SmartSide, but the local distributor are my friends here at G&H. G&H is a supplier I work with in Greenville here in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley area. They're in Greenville, New York, and also in Windham. So if you need any supplies here in the Hudson Valley, look up G&H, tell them I sent you. In this video, I'm simply just the homeowner. I don't do any of the skilled labor. That's all done by David, the Mexican carpenter, and his team. David did all the finish work on the original barn, the one that we shot the Netflix show in. And here you're seeing they're putting on what's called HydroGap wrap. It has little nodules on it to keep an airspace between the LP SmartSide and the building so that it has an airflow so that you don't get any buildup of mold or moisture. And that's made by Benjamin Updike.
Dude, it's amazing, man, Jimmy. This is like, it's almost like, I don't know if it's closure, but just getting back here.
Right here up close you can see those nodules that are on the paper that creates the air gap between the panels and the wall so that you get some airflow.
So basically we have to leave 3/16 gaps on between trim and siding, and the reason is for ventilation, for expansion and contraction. This is an engineered wood, so basically we have to follow the 3/16 all the way around. Trim. Sometimes I use my square. It's also 3/16 and just butt it to it.
That's cool.
How you doing, Alejandro? Good? Good. Nail it. And basically this is 7 7/8. This is exactly 6 7/8, so we overlapping 1 inch.
I see.
And remember, always the 3/16. Talk to your partner. Alejandro, ¿cómo estás ahí?
Estoy bien.
All right, nail it.
Vamos.
I'm so honored that David and his team would come back here to finish up the horse barn. The barn that I used in the Netflix show, they finished all the siding and the windows and the cement floor and the in-floor heating. David and his team did that. When Kyle left the original building, he left just the envelope and the roof done. And David and his team came back and did all the finish work. And now here it is 6, 7 years later, and they're doing it again. And like I said, I'm just so honored to have them back here. These are some of the most skilled guys I've ever seen work at my place. It's just such a pleasure to have skilled guys doing the work. You could totally sleep easy knowing that it's going to get done right. It's going to get done to factory specs. And on top of all that, it's just going to look good because they're extremely skilled. Nothing is left to chance. Everything is thought through. Everything is done with intention. Everything is done with skill and grace. Here you can see how the window frame is made. All the windows are framed first with the trim boards. They're pocket joined together, and then when they're put on the building, they're nailed directly to the building, so there's no way they can come apart. And then all of the LP siding is brought right up to it or right around it. You have nice, tight seams and even gaps everywhere. Another huge part of the update is this upstairs. This is my leather studio, and Patrick of course, did all the electric and did all the lighting in the last update. But what you don't know, he did all the carpentry work on each end wall. You can see the beautiful tongue and groove knotty pine that was added to each end wall. Each end wall is insulated and the knotty pine is added. It's going to create this space that is absolutely beautiful. You'll see more of it in a couple of minutes. These guys worked tirelessly to get this siding up in just a few days. They did it all in 4 days. They don't live in the area and they didn't want to prolong it, so they worked night and day to get this thing done. And we're going to get a very special visit from Kyle. Kyle built the original building, and Kyle came with David to work on a little bit of the siding to represent and do some spots for LP siding for social media.
LP crew is here and technical support. So what we're going to do is basically show little techniques that we use to install LP Smart Side. So it's a lot of questions about the siding, warranty, how we can apply it to the walls, if it has to be nailed to the studs behind. So basically, installation proceeds. So we saved this for Kyle and I to work on it.
Terrific.
And today you will have a brand new building.
It's gonna look. It looks unbelievable already.
Amazing, man, Jimmy. This is like, it's almost like, I don't know if it's closure, but just getting back here and being able to see it, because we left it at a spot of, it was beautiful. The roof was done. I mean, I felt great accomplishment getting it to the point we left it, but I never got to come back and see David's work, getting it all finished, getting the siding, the windows, and then especially the inside, man. It's gorgeous.
When you guys left, I felt I had like a huge sense of responsibility to take the hard work you did and actually give it the respect it deserves.
Yeah.
And after all this time, I'm really happy it is where it is. And I'm glad you came to see it with the site work and the road work and the new building and everything.
Yeah. I wish we would have had some of this nice openness to work when we were here.
I know. It was just like trees in the way everywhere.
It feels like yesterday, dude.
It really does, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe how much time has gone by.
Does not feel like 7 years.
Does not feel like 7 years at all.
No.
Inching
and now
along.
you've got a whole compound here, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have a problem. I can't stop.
Nah, it's good. It's good. You might have a problem with old Chevy trucks. Do they all run?
They all run and drive. Everything's registered except for this, but that runs and drives.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I just wanted to do you guys the hard work you guys put in. I'm just happy to be able to make you proud, honestly.
Oh, dude, you did. It's cool. It's very cool.
I got to be careful. I'm going to start crying in a minute.
No, that's cool. Too bad we didn't have time to make something cool. I don't know what it would be, but.
Well, you guys are going to help finish this. It's going to look amazing.
Yeah.
Kyle and Dave spent the day goofing around with the people from LP Siding. They did a lot of shorts and spots for social media. So go take a look at each one of their sites to see some of the fun stuff they shot this day. It was great to have these guys back here. Like I said before, it was really a sense of responsibility to both of them to make sure that I give the respect that these buildings deserve. They put in so much hard work. They both made a lot of sacrifices. They don't live anywhere nearby, and for the fact that they came and they put their time and energy into my property, it just makes me so proud to be friends with these guys. And if you don't know them, go give them a follow. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge just about the LP siding. LP Smart Side, expert finish products, warranty coverage, prorated 50-year warranty for structural performance, 15-year coverage for factory applied finish. You can actually paint this after 15 years, only for exterior use, only of course the USA and Canada. And the color that I used is called Abyss Black. And you'll notice that you can buy some Abyss Black touch-up, cover the nail heads, paint all the edges, and it has an overlap everywhere the 16-foot pieces join. So whenever you have expansion and contraction, it's always covered with the color piece underneath it. And as you can see, I used the textured finish that's called the cedar wood textured finish. Comes in that or in a brushed satin, which would be a smoother finish like on the original barn. I'm excited to announce I'm working with a big manufacturer that came to me by way of an old friend. That's my friend Craig. Craig got me involved with Lincoln Electric 10 years ago. Eaton Electric is a huge manufacturer that manufactures everything from truck transmissions to light switches and pretty much everything in between. And here at the Graveyard House, I'm going to be working with Eaton to make this the smartest, oldest house on the block. Since this is a blank slate, Eaton's going to be working with us from the meter pan all the way to the circuit breaker and everything in between. All the light switches and outlets will be connected to the internet via Eaton's technology. And to future-proof the house, we're going to add an EV charger. I don't have an EV now, but I might in the future. We're going to have some battery storage, solar panels, and even a generator. Everything it takes to keep an old house like this going. We're going to try and make the house a fully off-the-grid house, even if just for moments at a time when it's needed. In this rural environment with the weather changing all the time, you just never know what's going to happen. With a big company like Eaton, there's so many possibilities, so many products. We're exploring all different avenues. And follow me on Instagram and social media. Have a small announcement. It's going to be coming up very soon about a little project we're going to be doing out in the field with Eaton. Eaton, thank you. Craig, thank you. And of course, I'm using Eaton products here in the horse barn. This is the upstairs. Patrick did a wonderful job finishing all the different details, specifically the lighting, but then also the end of the barn, the walls, the wooden walls. We're using Eaton products in all the outlets and all the light switches. And we picked black to match the black painted piping that Patrick installed. And here you can see him installing one of the outlets. The outlets have these snap-on covers. You screw in the clip plate right here to the actual outlet face, and then on top of that, you clip on the finished cover so no screw holes will be showing. A lot of people get uptight about the screw holes facing a certain direction, but here, no screw holes at all, and you got a beautiful finished part. Look at that. We got a lot of outlets around the whole barn, so it's really going to dress the place up. I got outlets about every 6 or 8 feet. And up here, even though it's not really going to be a hardcore workshop, it's nice to be able to reposition the sewing machines wherever I want them if I decide to rearrange. And here you can see one of the outlets. It has the USB-C and USB charger in it. We have about 4 of those throughout the building. And you can just see the beautiful finish work Patrick did on the piping, of course, the choice of lighting, and the beautiful woodworking he did in the ends. And here you can see the TV show barn. Now the finishing for the ground floor is going to be these horizontal planks. These are 1x6s from the local sawmill. It's all rough cut. And I did this corner before we put the stairwell in. And now here you can see we're carrying it around. The black tar paper is going to show in between when the wood shrinks and expands. It's the same thing I did inside the TV show barn. My buddy Mike is insulating right now. And everybody's curious what I'm going to use this for. I'll probably use it for pottery, obviously a little bit of storage, and then maybe an old car restoration or two. If you're still hanging in here, thank you very much for watching this far in. Thank you to my sponsors, Eaton Electric, Type On Glue, and LP Siding, of course, for making this particular video very possible. Thank you to David, thank you to Kyle, and if you are at all interested, you can follow me on Patreon for some behind-the-scenes stuff, some fun stuff that's going on, and minute-to-minute updates. Thank you all very much. I love you very much. Thank you.